Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. Amy Esther here, and in today's video I want to share with you 3 easy and quick paleo dinner recipes that you can make, and these are my current go-tos. These are the ones that are super fast and easy for me to make. I usually have most of these ingredients on hand and they are delicious. So there are 3 main criteria that I look for when I find a recipe that I love. And the 3 things are, of course, 1, that it's delicious, that it tastes good. The second is that it makes my body feel good. So whatever that means for you, if that's being on a specific diet, if that's just eating generally healthy, eating lots of vegetables and lean meats. But for me, I definitely feel best on a mostly paleo diet. Now, I'm not perfect. I eat things that are not paleo here and there. And the third criteria is that it is easy and quick to make. I guess that makes 4. Quick and also easy. If it is too complicated or it takes too long, I just get annoyed, and I also get sick because I have pretty bad chronic fatigue and I have a condition called POTS, which basically means when I stand, I get sick. And so if I have to stand for too long, I just end up so sick that I don't even enjoy my meal and it just becomes a waste. So all of these recipes are super easy and quick, and I will link all of the recipe details in the description below. So the first recipe I have for you is what we call balsamic pizza. This is something that I made randomly one day when my husband and I were newly married. We just had a few ingredients in the fridge and I just threw it all on a pizza, and we threw some balsamic vinegar on top. And so that's why we called it balsamic pizza. When I first made this, I made it with a naan bread. And so it was not paleo because it was a bread that was made with wheat, but it's super easy to make a paleo version. This version is with a cassava flour crust, and I thought this crust was really good. It is more crispy than some of the other ones, so if you like a softer crust, this might not be the crust for you, but it's really easy to adapt to any kind of diet you're on. You just change the crust, and then the toppings are also easy to adapt. You can put whatever you want on them. If you want them vegan, you just take the chicken off. I put chicken on mine, but it's really easy to adapt, and it honestly tastes good in so many different ways. So in order to make this paleo, we can't just change the crust. We also needed to change the cheese. The dairy is, of course, not paleo. And so for my husband's, I just put cheese on it. That's another reason why I love it, because you can just make it different for each person. But for mine, I wanted it to not have any dairy. And so I made myself a little cashew cheese concoction. I don't know what to call it. It was kind of a sauce, kind of a cheese, a fake cheese, but I will leave the recipe that I did down below. I kind of just made it up as I went. I thickened it a little bit with some arrowroot flour, but it ended up tasting really good. And the crust that I made, I ended up making extra and freezing it because that's what took the longest in this recipe. But if I had frozen pre-made crusts, then this recipe would seriously take me 10 minutes. The hardest part would be just mixing up a little cheese sauce and throwing it all on a pizza and heating it all up, because everything else took me no time at all and it was super fast and easy. All I do is throw some of my cheese sauce on there and some sun-dried tomatoes, some chicken, some avocado, and I like mine chunky, but you could certainly just spread the cheese sauce around, maybe mix up the sun-dried tomatoes and make more of a tomato sauce. There's lots of options with this, but I personally like mine chunky, and so that's how I make it. I just throw everything back in the oven to heat it up really fast. The chicken is also pre-cooked. I pre-cook that and freeze it. I've talked about that before on my channel. So I just heat everything up in the oven, and then I pour some balsamic vinegar, and it is done and delicious. Recipe number 2 is a Mongolian beef stir fry. This is one of my favorites, and this one is actually completely autoimmune protocol friendly. It is friendly for the AIP paleo diet if you are on a more strict diet. This is seriously one of my favorite recipes. It tastes so good, and my husband loves it too. He didn't even know that I didn't use soy sauce and I switched that out for coconut aminos. He had no idea, and he loves this. This is definitely a family favorite recipe. I hope you guys enjoy my toddler, who is always cooking with me. I actually found that she is more likely to eat whatever I make if she feels like she's involved in the process, if she gets to help me make it. So you will see her popping in and out of these videos because she just loves to help cook, and it's one of my favorite things to do with her. As I've mentioned, I don't really love cooking, but it makes me want to do it more when it's an activity I know we can do together and something that she enjoys, and knowing that she will more likely eat the food if she helps me make it, it makes it really fun. If you have not yet tried coconut aminos, I highly recommend giving it a try. It's one of my favorite ingredients. I actually like it better than soy sauce. I think it has a better flavor, but it is very similar to soy sauce. So honestly, if it's in a recipe, I don't think you can even tell the difference. If I eat sushi or something that I dip straight into it, I can tell a difference, but I actually like it so much better. And you guys know I'm all about quick and easy, so for my cauliflower rice, I just buy these frozen bags from Costco, and you stick them in the microwave for a couple of minutes and they are done. So you could obviously make your own fresh cauliflower rice, but these are so fast and easy that I always go for these frozen bags. And the grand finale is my favorite recipe that I have found recently. I make this all the time. This is a Cashew Alfredo, and I'm obsessed with this. It takes me no time at all. I just throw all of the ingredients in a blender, mix it up. I make myself some spiraled zucchini or some zucchini noodles, and I heat it all up for a couple minutes on the stove, and it's delicious. I usually top it with some kind of meat. Today, actually, my husband had made steak, so super fancy. Typically, though, I will use some of my frozen cooked chicken that we grill up once a month, and it's just defrosted, throw it all in. It is so delicious. My husband and I both love this. He asks me to make this all the time. It is one of our very, very favorite meals. And that's everything I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed cooking with me. All the recipes will be linked in the description below. If you want any of the ingredients that I use, I'll also link those. And I hope you guys are subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any videos about life with chronic illness. And I will see you guys next time.